RocSports, back with another video. As you can tell by the title, this is my quick reaction to the Tank fight. Let's get right into it. So, we called it. 6 to 7 rounds. We called it. But first thing first. The undercard was garbage, man. I ain't about to touch on Lara fight, Ramos. I'm not about to touch on none of the fights. The fights was garbage. All 3 of them. We have to do better with these pay-per-view cards, man. Tank sold this place out, the Barclay. And when we had cards like, when we had audiences like that, and we knew that this was going to be this type of crowd well in advance, I don't understand why we don't get more fireworks or more action-packed fights on the cards. I just don't understand. I understand it's a business and money has to go into it, but you making a lot of money. This did the most, this had the biggest gate at the Barclay. I just don't understand. But nonetheless, we moving past that. Let's get right into the main event. Rolly got iced, got smoked, got sent to another planet in the 6th round. It's not really much to touch on with this fight, man, in terms of analysis. It was an ugly fight, if we're being honest. It was a slow, ugly fight. I feel like Tank was playing with him in a sense. But at the same time, I really feel like Tank knew what he wanted to do going in, which was box, but look for openings. Try to create openings. So in him creating those openings, what's the word I'm looking for? Him creating those openings pretty much had him moving around the ring a lot in moments. A lot of people not gonna like that, but at the end of the day, he was setting Rolly up the whole time. He knew Rolly would run into something. This is the type of stuff when fighters say he's not a natural or he's not a true fight. This is the type of stuff they be talking about, man. Not saying that fighters like Pacquiao, who was a true fighter, you know what I mean, run into shots, but it's like, nah, man, Rolly. This was, if I would expected him to get knocked out, which I did, and I think, I don't think I called the punch, but I know I said between 6 and 7, if I had to predict that. If I had to pick a way of him getting knocked out, it would have been this way, from the standpoint of him running into a shot. But quick analysis of the fight. Rolly said first round knockout. Didn't get that, obviously. Tank let him know at the end of the round. Rolly came out trying to throw that hot period. Both guys had a lot of respect for each other's power. Tank, I never seen Tank move as much as he did tonight. For sure. But it's understandable. Rolly is a big 135-pounder, and he has power in both hands. So it's understandable. And again, he's awkward. So punches coming from different angles, timing, blah, blah, blah. So Tank did right by filling him out. Tank is one of them ones, man. It's not nothing that we didn't know. I'm not about to come on here and overreact because we knew this. I said it was a big fight just because it's Tank fighting, but it wasn't a big fight because of who he was fighting. You know what I mean? Because of what was at stake. We knew this was going to happen. So let's not sit up here and overreact and say Tank is this or Tank is that. Tank is no different from what we thought of him going into this fight. He's a killer. He's a dog. He's skillful. He can do everything. He got dynamite in both hands, but especially that left hand. And he's just on another level than Rolly. His levels in boxing, he's on another level. But Rolly, I knew this was going to happen, and I thought more of Rolly, though. Like, a part of me thought that this would happen, but a part of me thought that Rolly wouldn't have let this happen. Him leaving the ring, man. I know that he was drunk. I know that he was out on his feet. His legs was completely shot. Thank God the ref saved him from not letting it go on, because he would have seriously been knocked out if the fight would have went on any. Tank was fired up after the fight, too. But Rolly, man, come on, man. You did all of that talking before the fight. And we couldn't hear 2 words from you? We can't hear 2 words from you. If you was drunk, you could have waited a few minutes in the ring. You could have interviewed second. I haven't tuned into the post-fight press conference yet. I don't even think it started yet. Rolly better be there. He didn't get brutally knocked out to the point where he got to go to the hospital. Or, you know what I mean, we're checking for anything like that. His ass better be in the post-fight press conference, man. But, Tank, man, at first, I'm not going to say he had me nervous, but he had me, like, thinking that he wasn't himself. Not himself, but, like, his head wasn't in the game. He talking to the crowd, everything. He was very reactive to everything Rolly was doing. But I will say this. That shot that he landed in the 6th round could have happened in the 2nd, and the 3rd, and the 5th. He came this close so many times with landing that one shot on Rolly flesh, and that would have been a reaction. That uppercut, I know everybody that's watching this video that's seen the fight know what I'm talking about. I don't remember what round it was. Might have been the 4th. Tank was like this close. It was a real swift, quick uppercut. That would have cleaned Rolly lights out for sure. Man, he lucky that didn't land. But all in all, shout out to Rolly, shout out to Tank. It was a good fight. Well, it really wasn't a good fight, but it was a good ending. The crowd was lit. Love to see that. The stars was out. There was a lot of pro fighters in the building from all sides of the street, as people were saying. We love to see that. From Top Rank, DAZN, PBC, everybody was in the building tonight, and that's dope. Wasn't nothing on tonight, so I'm really interested to see what these pay-per-view numbers were. Tank is a star. We already know that. But it wasn't no basketball on, or no other fights on, wasn't nothing on. I want to see what, I'm very interested to see, given the buzz around this fight, what the pay-per-view numbers were. It's time for Tank to officially, what he said, to become his own man and live up to his word, man, and make these fights. He's 27. We've been saying this. If he got to leave Floyd, if he feel that that's what he has to do to make the fights, then do it, man. It's time. It's time. He got the whole culture behind him, for sure. Everybody believe in Tank, and like I say, if anybody has opponents to fight, it's Tank. From 130 to 135 to 140, Tank has so many opponents, elite opponents too. I want to see them get made. I want to see them fights get made. Rolly, back to the drawing board, my guy. So we're gonna see what's next for Rolly. It's RocSports. Stay tuned. I'm checking out. All of my boxing, NFL, and NBA fans, like, share, and subscribe, man. Keep coming back. I'm going to be dropping more content.